welcome back to Staten Island for Game 2 of this doubleheader. J.J. DeVito, who went absolutely roughshod against the Dolphins in Game 1, is leading this one off here. It's 1-0 to DeVito. And he puts one over the middle. Great play made at short, but no throw over as DeVito is on with a leadoff single. And this kid does nothing but hit. It's Christian Rice on the mound today for Game 2. And that ball gets away, and DeVito's going to take second. Already, man on second, nobody out. Christian Rice will see Aiden Larkin for the first time. Rice has struggled his last 3 starts. Before that, he went back-to-back 6 innings, 2 runs on March 24th and March 30th against Mercy and Lincoln. So let's see if he can find that kind of groove here against a very dangerous Molloy offense that put up 9 runs in Game 1. Aiden Larkin charges one to right field. That's a tough play, and that's going to fall. And J.J. DeVito is going to move over to third. The wind had a little bit of a factor there. That looked like a routine fly ball, but the ball just died. Ended up being a tough play out in right field. And now Gavin McCloney steps to the plate. And Rice's first offering is low and away. Runners on the corners, no outs. And Maloney lifts one to center field. Chris Polamini is waiting. That is good for a sacrifice fly. And Molloy draws first blood yet again. It's 1-0. The sacrifice fly for McCloney. And maybe the most dangerous hitter for the Lions, Matt Yip, steps to the plate, cleanup roll. Man on first, 1 out. Already 2 hits. Let's see if Christian Rice can limit the damage here. And that ball gets away, and again, the runner on first will take second on what I would think is a wild pitch. 2 of those thus far in the top of the first. And that one's low and away to Yip. 2-0 count. That ball's fouled back. 3-1 here. And that's ball 4. Matt Yip trots on down to first base, and Molloy is wasting no time threatening against the Dolphins as they already have 1 run home. And with only 1 out, man on first and second, and things are starting to look dangerous. And that ball scoots away, but runners unable to capitalize. Rice deals. And that's in there for a strike. Anthony Manicero, great game in the first part of this doubleheader. And let's see if he's able to continue his torrid pace. And he certainly is as he pokes one through the first base hole, and that gets past right field. Base hit, 1 run is in. Here comes a second one. And Manicero is standing on third base after driving in 2 runs. I would think that's a single and an error. And it's quickly 3-0. Manicero continues to rack up base hits just like the rest of this lineup for Molloy. And unlike game 1 where it took a 3-run 5th inning for the Lions to get going, they've only done it with 1 out done in the top of the first. And Christian Rice is ahead 0-1 here. Pumps in strike 2. Patrick Sanchez, also a contributor in that onslaught 9-0 victory earlier today. He's got another opportunity to drive in a run. Did a couple of that earlier this afternoon. That's fouled straight back. Sanchez hanging tough on this 1-2 count. Sanchez lifts one to right field. That's going to be a tough play. That's going to be right down the line. That's a base hit, and Sanchez is on his way to third base. And that looks like it's going to be a great relay to throw out Sanchez, trying to stretch a double to a triple. Fantastic relay from right to second to third. The run does score, but Sanchez is cut down, trying to get a little greedy, grabbing an extra 90. It is 4-0 already in the top of the first. Molloy on top. And that is ripped into left field. That 5-6 hole has been very popular today for the Lions. Sean Walsh getting in on the action, drawing the start this afternoon in Game 2. And we're already at 5 hits here for Molloy. Joe Barresi was another key contributor in Game 1. Molloy had a lot of those. And again, that 3-hole right past Vigliotti at first draws another base hit in this inning. And with 2 outs, Molloy is threatening yet again. 2 on, 2 outs. And this team just puts the ball in play. I talked about it in game one. It's not an offense that strikes out a lot. They put the ball in play, and in the sport of baseball, especially at the college level, when you can consistently put the ball in play, things happen. And things have certainly been happening today. Molloy is jumping all over the Dolphins early. As Christian Rice throws another wild pitch, and the runners will both move up 90 feet, and this is a disastrous start for Christian Rice and CSI after getting blown out in the first two games of this four-game series against Molloy. No wonder why they're called the Lions, because they attack their prey just like a lion does. Baresi takes ball 2 high. And a base hit here will make this 6-0 in the first inning. It's very reminiscent what the Troy Trojans are doing to Coastal Carolina today over on the D1 side. Rice misses for ball 3, and he's in danger of loading him up with 2 outs. With the dangerous J.J. DeVito, the leadoff hitter, on deck. And Christian Rice walks Anthony Marcillo to load the bases with 2 outs. And here comes big bad J.J. DeVito. Molloy has batted around in the first. And we thought after the first game it couldn't get much worse for CSI. I think we may have spoken too soon, as the Dolphins are in trouble yet again. And DeVito lifts one into center field, base knock. Here comes 2 runs. It's a 2 RBI, 2-out single for J.J. DeVito, and Molloy is playing no games as they've broken this one open in the top of the first. And Christian Rice looks like he might be getting a quick hook. Rice's day is done after recording only 2 outs in the first, allowing 7 hits and 6 runs. And by the way, he's still responsible for the men on second and first. This is not exactly what the doctor ordered for the College of Staten Island. In relief, it looks like Dennis Kelly will be coming on to try and clean up an absolute mess made by Christian Rice. Dennis Kelly's had his own struggles this year. 8.16 ERA in 8 appearances, 14 in the third. He's walked 15 and struck out 14. Dolphins got to find some sort of positive momentum. Aiden Larkin will be up in just a moment here after Kelly finishes up his warm-ups. And, you know, this is a tough day. This is senior day for the Dolphins. It was an embarrassing Friday night game, losing 12-3 to Molloy. It was a bad game 1 of this doubleheader, game 2 in the series, losing 9-0. And here they are. They're already down 6-0 in game 2 of the doubleheader, game 3 of the series. They've been outscored 27-3 to this point in the series, and for the Dolphins, you got to fight back. This is senior day. This is the day for just to get some runs, to get some hope. Aiden Larkin steps up. First and second, still 2 outs. Dennis Kelly starts him off with ball high, ball 1. On the D1 front, Charlie Condon homered again today. Georgia's 9-run first inning at Texas A&M at College Station. Condon hits home run number 28 as Kelly pumps in strike 1. Charlie Condon is putting together one of the best offensive seasons we've ever seen at the D1 college baseball level. And he's got a real shot to break Jack Caglione's record of 33 home runs in the BB Core era set last year. And if Condon's able to scratch across 30 by the end of April, going into May, we might see 40 from the Georgia Slugger. As ball 2 to Larkin. Charlie Condon is definitely making a case to be the number 1 pick this July, and Caglione could be too. This is some season we're seeing, and Larkin drills one to center field, and Palomini drops it. That's going to be another run scored as Larkin's trying to push to second, and that ball gets away on the throw, and here comes another run. What is happening out here? Wow. You thought things were bad in game 1. Molloy is putting a beating on College of Staten Island. It's 8-0. There's been a couple errors that look like it should have been the end of the inning. Not sure what's going on, but it's not good right now. Palomini dropped the line drive. It looked like a tough play, but that's something he usually makes. It was hit pretty hard. Folks, if you haven't watched Charlie Condon this year, I would highly recommend doing so. You'll be seeing Georgia play in the regionals this year. Not sure if they have the depth to go past the regionals, but their offense is one of beholds. Very well could make a case they're the best offense in the country in D1. Along with Tennessee, maybe Coastal Carolina. It's a lot of fun to watch. That ball's put in play. Second base, and finally, the inning is over after what felt like an eternity. It's an 8 spot for Molloy. And we'll be back in the bottom of the first to see if the Dolphins have any sort of answer. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Staten Island, New York, here on this breezy Saturday afternoon in April. And Thomas Martin, the senior, who was honored at Senior Day a moment ago, is leading things off here. And he takes strike one from Matthew Freed. Freed's been solid this year. His last few starts, decent. Just a couple bad starts that really bloated his ERA, but this is a guy that's going to give this Dolphins team not many freebies. Probably one of the better strikeout guys on this offense. And he's quickly ahead of Martin, 0-2. And Martin just does check his swing. That's 2-2. Full count. Martin's worked it back from 0-2 to 3-2. And that's strike three looking. Martin does not like the call. And he's staring down the umpire. He says, it's Senior Day, it's my day. I should be getting the call. Freed painted the bottom of the zone, and that's out number one. And Burkhead, another senior, pops one straight back right by our broadcast booth, and that hit the roof. I feel like if I wasn't wearing the headset and there was no roof, I probably would have made a play on that. Once upon a time, had it. Burkhead pushes one foul again, and Freed is filling up the strike zone early. It's 0-2. I mean, the key thing is here, when you're Freed and you have an 8-0 lead this early, it's just to throw strikes, let your defense do the work. No free passes. No hit by pitches, none of that. It's just simply throw strikes. If they hit it, they hit it. Let your defense play. Keep them engaged. But they don't have to be here. Burkhead, a big old breeze, swing and miss for strike three. And Freed is dealing already. Here comes the big boy. Big bad A.J. Vigliotti. He takes ball one. No batting gloves for Vigliotti. Just an old school. He's a dude, man. He's just a dude. He's coming up here, ready to hit it hard somewhere. Get a little barrel action. And he yanks one foul to even up the count at 1-1. Ooh, that might have hit a car. Hopefully it wasn't mine. I parked very far away because never know where that ball bounces to. Windshields ain't cheap. Vigliotti takes ball two inside. I've worked a few games for CSI, and I'm looking for Vigliotti to put one 430 over the fence. That's my one wish. I want to see Vigliotti get a hold of one. Vigliotti takes ball four. I'll have to wait for my wish to maybe come true. If I could borrow Aladdin's genie, one of my wishes would be to see how far AJ Vigliotti hits it. And Chris Polomini steps in with Vigliotti on first two outs, a chance to make amends for that misplay line drive in the first inning. And he takes ball one. Freed working from the stretch for the first time today. And he's behind 2-0. 3-0. And we mentioned this for CSI in the first game. When you have two outs, you don't want to be messing around and giving hitters free passes. And that's kind of what Fried's doing as he walks Vigliotti and Polamini, the 3-4 hitters, back-to-back with two outs. And now you put on a guy in Vincent Weigel at the plate with an opportunity to cut into this lead. And, it's 8-0, but it's early. Nothing is ever over with metal bats. So if you're Molloy, just tell Fried, just throw strikes. If they hit it, they hit it. Let's see what Vincent Weigel has in store here. He takes another ball. It's ball one, and Fried's lost the zone a little bit here. Swing and a miss. Weigel taking a little daddy hack there. Unsuccessful. It's a 1-1 count. Two one now. Fried he seems unable to locate that off-speed stuff. He's trying to place that slider, but he's missing a lot of it low and away in the dirt. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him throughout the game. And that fastball misses in, and we're about to see Matthew Fried get the first two outs of the inning via the strikeout, come back with two outs and walk the bases loaded as Vincent Weigel up 3-1 here. And he gets back in, and Weigel punches one foul. Payoff pitch coming. This is a big swing here. If Weigel can find his way aboard, give an opportunity with two outs to Anthony Irace drawing the start today, I want to see the Dolphins answer back. Weigel fouls another one off. He's not going down without a fight. The payoff pitch. Weigel puts it through the hole, and here comes Vigliotti. Will the throw be in time? It will. Fantastic relay out in right field, and A.J. Vigliotti is gunned down by Manicero, who was playing shallow enough to throw him out. Weigel did his job, but Vigliotti just a tick too slow around the turn. Dolphins come up empty. We'll be back for the top of the second. And we're back here in Staten Island after the Dolphins came up empty in that bottom of the first with two men on. Vigliotti gunned down at the plate, and here comes the top of the second. Matt Yip sends one deep left field, and that's off the wall. Yip is digging for two. And my, oh my, Matt Yip is an extra base hit machine, and he racks up another one, a double. My. Matt Yip just missed a home run by a few feet. That one hopped the fence. I really would have liked to see a ball get out of here. I'm dying to see a home run today from somebody, anybody. Anthony Massaro up at the plate after he made a fantastic throw from right field to prevent the Dolphins from scoring a run. Has a man out there on second base, and he's looking to drive him in. There is a big hole between first and second. Speaking of earlier, Georgia took a 9-0 lead after the first inning at A&M. Typical fashion, the Aggies came all the way back, basically. It's 9-8. 17 total runs in the first inning between Georgia and A&M. A couple of elite offenses at the D1 level. It's 1-2 count to Massaro. And that just misses. I don't know where that was. Thought Kelly was going to pull a little Benjamin Moore moment of the night with a little paint piece. Deprived me of a fantastic call, by the way. But I'll take the sweeping slider for strike three. Dennis Kelly responds. Massaro heads back to the dugout. Dennis Kelly says, "This is my mound." Patrick Sanchez up for the second time this afternoon. Not much of an analytics guy, but I really would have liked to see the horizontal break on that slider Kelly just threw to Massaro. So he pumps in strike one. It's an even count on Patrick Sanchez. Looks like Dennis Kelly's really leaning towards that slider today. Matthew Palomini in the bullpen for the Dolphins as Kelly pushes it to a full count on Sanchez. And that one is fouled away. Kelly looks in for the sign, checks the runner, he deals. And that ball's hit over to second base. It will be an out, but it's going to get the runner over to third. Matt Yip, 90 feet away with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 15, Sean Welsh.
Sean Welsh steps to the plate. It's an opportunity to add to this lead. And ball one scoots away, but no damage. That's a 2-0 count. Scratch that. Now it's a 3-0 count. Ball 4. Dennis Kelly, 2 out walks. 2 out walks, kill.
Joe Parisi.
Joe Barisi steps to the plate. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. And you know what? If CSI can't get some length, and there goes 15 and the stolen base. What a jump by Sean Welsh. First pitch, first movement. Welsh said, I'm taking second base. Thank you very much. Do something about it. CSI might use a lot of bullpen arms today if their pitchers can't get outs. It's been a struggle. Every inning so far has been labored. Baresi swings and misses. Kelly gets the 1-2. Deals. Strike 3. Can I help you with something, Joe Baresi? Nah, just looking. Dennis Kelly bounces back, ends the inning with no damage. Bottom of the second coming up. The Dolphins will look to chip away at this lead. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here. It's bottom of the second in Staten Island. Anthony Iraci leads it off against Matthew Freed. And he takes ball 1. Swing and a miss. Matthew Freed blows the heater right by him. The 2-1 is ball high. That ball's lifted to center field. That might be a tough play. Son, not a problem. As Iraci is set down.
Now batting, number 11, Anthony Satera.
Anthony Satera steps to the plate, taking ball 1. Iraci pokes one over to shortstop, and the play is made. 2 quick outs for the Dolphins. Michael Kehoe gets his first at-bat of the afternoon. Did not play in Game 1. Seen a lot of time at the leadoff spot this year. Not leading off today. It's Kehoe. Evens up the count at 1-1. And Kehoe skies one to right field. Manacero makes the put out. We're through 2 here. We'll be back at the top of the third while Molloy looks to continue some damage. Stay right there. Top of the third here. Welcome back to this match between Molloy and College's Staten Island, and Anthony Marcillo going to work for the second time this afternoon. That one's fouled away. And that one misses for ball 1. Marcillo fouls that one off. One-two count here. See if Kelly can start this off the right way as he just misses ball 2. Tried to bury that slider just a little bit too much. You got Marcillo here. I think I go back to that slider. He does, but unable to find the handle as we're looking at a full count here. And that's ball 4, leadoff walk, Anthony Marcillo. Good at bat to reach base, and the onslaught continues. It's been a parade of base runners, and not only do you walk the leadoff batter, but you walk the 9-hitter to bring J.J. DeVito up to the plate with a man on base. And DeVito's looking like vintage Michael Young, just racking up knock after knock today. And he cranks one to left field. That's going. And that ball is gone. J.J. DeVito, reservation for 2 to the Tater Factory. It's 10-0 Molloy. And I finally got my wish. I saw somebody crank one. And J.J. DeVito did not miss that one bit. This kid is on fire. Somebody throw a bucket of water on him. J.J. DeVito, hello, how you doing? Aiden Larkin steps in. He looked at DeVito, cranked that, and he's saying, I want a piece. It's my turn. Let's see what Larkin's got in store here. My goodness, that ball was smoked. Somebody get me an exit velo on that thing. Kelly gets the inside corner. It's 1-2 on Larkin. And I'm so happy I saw a home run hit today. I didn't care from who, but that was well worth the wait, I'll tell you that. That was no cheapie either, folks. If you were here and you saw that thing, I saw steam coming out of that ball. Larkin pushes one foul. Staying tough here on a 2-2 count. Larkin hanging tough, full count here. Molloy's not playing around. They're acting as if there's a mercy rule in effect. There is no run rule, just FYI, if anybody was wondering. As Larkin pushes one out to second base, and the play is made for out number 1.
Now batting, number 21,
Gavin McAloney's up at the plate. And based off what we've seen, it makes you appreciate in Game 1 how solid Gerard Santos was. He had a little hiccup in the 5th, but he was really good in Game 1. And after he left, it's just been an unraveling. It's been 16 runs unanswered since Gerard Santos left after the 6th inning of Game 1. From Game 1 to with one out in the top of the 3rd, Molloy has outscored the Dolphins 19-0. They've out-hit them 27-5. As Kelly walks Gavin McAloney, and this thing is getting ugly.
Now batting, number 11, Matt Yip.
Here comes Matt Yip, and he saw that J.J. DeVito knock. He might take care of it himself. He gets started off, ball 1. Matt Yip, that's a knock, another base hit. Matt Yip, a double and a single to start off Game 2. Trouble is brewing. In the top of the 3rd, 2 runs already home, 2 men on, first and second, only 1 down. Anthony Manacero with a chance to continue this parade of destruction as he fouls one back. The only word to really describe this right now is dominance. Dominance and the word dominant is very overused in sports, but this is dominating. The Lions are showing absolutely no mercy today. They're coming for the jugular. They smell blood in the water as Manacero takes ball 2. At this rate, the question is, how many runs can Molloy score? They might drop a 30 bean today. Manacero is set down on strikes. Kelly comes back and gets Manacero swinging. There's 2 outs in the inning as Patrick Sanchez strolls on up to the batter's box with that fluorescent orange bat. And you can only rock a bat like that if you can hammer the baseball. And Sanchez takes strike 1. I don't think anything's ever going to beat Hayden Travinski of LSU. His bat is a number 2 pencil. It's pretty cool. As Sanchez fouls one off, quickly 0-2. If you haven't seen Hayden Travinski's number 2 pencil bat, you should Google it. It's pretty cool. It's funny, actually. I mean, Travinski, that boy drops Jimmy Jacks, but, you know, that's reserved for big-time power hitters, a number 2 pencil bat. You have to be a special breed of a hitter in order to be able to pull that off. Because if you don't, you look stupid. Patrick Sanchez stepping in on an 0-2 count here. Still 2 men on. And that ball gets away. Both runners will move up from 90 feet, and things continue to go from bad to worse for the CSI Dolphins. 10 runs, 10 hits. It's a 1-2 count to Patrick Sanchez. Let's see if he can make a big pitch here and get out of the inning. Sanchez takes ball 2 high. It's been a lot of fastballs here for Kelly lately. Just trying to get something going. He misses ball 3. Sean Welsh waits on deck. You know he wants to get on with the bases loaded. Everybody loves to get on with the bases loaded. And that ball's put in play by Sanchez right past short, and 2 runs will come home. And Sanchez adds 2 ribeye steaks to his day. This thing is well out of hand. 12-0 as the Molloy Lions are asserting their dominance today. And here comes a pitching change. Dennis Kelly, it looks like his day will be done. It doesn't matter who the CSI Dolphins have been throwing out there today. Molloy has just been peppering them to death by 1,000 cuts. We'll meet the new pitcher right after this. Sean Welsh steps in. Man on first, there's still 2 outs. This game is officially out of hand. I mean, it kind of was, in the middle of the first inning, but I feel like officially is a proper word at this juncture. Things have completely unraveled for Staten Island. And that one's dribbled out to the pitcher, Matt Palomini, and he airmails one to the next zip code. And that is going to put Sean Welsh on at first base on a big-time error, and Sanchez moves from first to third. Matt Palomini, the new pitcher, that is not exactly how you want to start it out. It looked like he was going to get out of the inning, and I don't know if he saw an angel in the outfield he was throwing it to, but that thing was sent 50 feet over the first baseman. Sean Serrano up at the plate. Has a double today. First game, left center. He's got an opportunity to do some damage. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. 0-1 count. Serrano hits a weak ground ball to second. Charity hop, and the inning is finally over. 4 runs for Molloy. They lead 12-0. Bottom of the third coming up. Let's see if the College of Staten Island can get some runs on the board. We will be right back. Nico Rodriguez steps to the plate. Matthew Fried, for the second time today, has had to sit for a long time because his offense is just that good that they're pouring on the runs. Let's see if this affects him at all. It's Rodriguez evens the count 1-1. Batting .237 on the year, 4 doubles, no home runs, 18 RBIs. Rodriguez is getting his chance to play this afternoon in Game 2. Fried's threatening to put him on, 3-1. And that's a common thing, typically. You're sitting for a long time. It takes you a little bit to get going and get back in the groove. As Fried evens accounts, it's now full. Typically, whenever you get runs scored as a pitcher, you always want to try and go out there and put up a goose the very next inning. But being up 12-0, I don't think a run or 2 or 7 is even going to hurt that much. Rodriguez hanging tough here on this full count. And he works the leadoff walk. Nico Rodriguez doing a little valet jog down to first base. And here comes the top of the lineup, Thomas Martin, and his vintage walk-up song, Like a G6 by the Far East Movement. One of those jams 10 years ago. That was a big-time song. That's a timeless song. Here's the thing. Martin, a senior, has a fire walk-up song. You can't have that and not be getting a base hit right here. I'm looking for Martin to drive one. That right center gap is ripe for the picking. Martin right on it, fouls it straight back. Just missed that fastball. I don't think he's going to miss another one. If Freed's got the gumption to throw it again, let's see. And Martin fouls it off. It was kind of on his hands. 1-2 count. I think if I'm Freed, I'm looking low and away slider. You set him up, fastball. There's the slider, but no chase. Martin, good eye, evens the count. Deuce is wild. Rodriguez getting a little big lead there. Martin swing and a miss. Somebody get this guy an oar. That's out number one. Brian Burkhead, another senior, stepping up to the plate.
Now batting, number 23, Brian Burkhead.
Pickoff attempt. Probably not Freed's best move, just to keep Rodriguez close. And that's ball one away. Now's a good time for Brian Burkhead to get a nice little gap double here. And he lifts one to center field. That's going to be a tough play, but the catch is made. And after a leadoff walk, 2 quick outs, and here comes the big dog, A.J. Vigliotti. He drew a 2-out walk in his first appearance. He takes ball one. I know I got the J.J. DeVito home run, and I'm going to get a little greedy here. I got to see A.J. Vigliotti get a hold of one. I have to. I said it before. Like, I would steal Aladdin's genie, and one of my 3 wishes would be to see Vigliotti put one 450 dead center over the batter's eye. As he fouls one away, it's quickly 1-2. $12-0 here. This game 2 of the doubleheader between Molloy and Staten Island. And Vigliotti gets caught looking. That's the end of the inning. Matthew Freed, no damage done in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back for the top of the 4th. Stay right there. And we're back here. Top of the fourth. Anthony Marcillo at the plate. Palomini starts him with a strike. Nice little slider. That's a swing and a miss. 0-2. Strikeout, 3 pitches, Truman Show it is. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Head on back to the bench, young fella. You're down on 3 pitches. One of the few highlights for the Dolphins this afternoon. Matt Palomini coming out, and he means business in the top of the fourth. Look at that slider. Love that Palomini slider. It's working really well for him. It's got these Molloy hitters a bit off balance. This is the kind of guy that could pitch backwards really well, starting out with the off-speed and the breaking stuff, and then come back with the fastball. Weak ground ball hit to second base, and Nico Rodriguez unable to handle that. That was not hard hit. That looks like it should be another error. And that's 5 errors on the Dolphins in less than 4 innings of play. This defense has got to get it together. Not helping their pitchers out, that's for sure.
Now batting, number 25, Aiden Larkin.
Aiden Larkin, he's up at the plate, and it looks like we might be having several substitutions coming up today. One 0 count to Larkin. Palomini leans in. It's a 1-1 count, 1 out in the top of this 4th inning. It's 12-0. Molloy, and they're out hitting CSI 11-1. The only category that CSI is leading Molloy is in errors, and it's 5-0 in that department in favor of the Dolphins. Two 2-1 slider ripped right into left center, and that both runners will move up 90 feet. Aiden Larkin roped a single and moved over to second base. Runner goes from first to third. Now there's 2 men on, 1 out. And here comes number 27, Matthew Gonchar, making his first appearance today. I got to get used to seeing all the substitutes' names on here because I haven't seen them much today, but in a 12-0 rout, everybody's getting some chances to get some skin in this game. Aiden Larkin just saw that hanging slider, and he tattooed it to left center field. See Matt Palomini leaning heavy on that slider so far today. That's his go-to pitch. But when you hang it like that, Molloy's got a lot of good hitters that can bang that. And that's away. It's a 2-1 count to Gonchar. And he'll see strike two. Matthew Gonchar, 51 at-bats coming in today, only batting 196. So this would be a nice boost for his numbers with two men on base. A base hit will score two and continue this route. He takes a slider high for ball three. And Palomini is in danger of walking Gonchar to load the bases with Matt Yip coming up. And Gonchar lifts one to right center. Little bloop is going to bring home 2 runs. Great piece of 2-out hitting. Two strike hitting, rather, for Matthew Gonchar to put his name in the scorebooks today. 2 RBI single. And here comes Matt Yip. Matt Yip's a barrel waiting to happen. And up 14-0. This is the time you want to start padding the stats here. Matt Yip's looking to put one into the soccer field about 120 feet past the left field fence. He sees a looping slider for strike one. The wind's starting to whip out from right to left. Should help a right-handed hitter. Might get a little extra oomph on something hitting the air. It's definitely tough plays for the outfielders. They're playing a little bit in. Surprising a guy like Matt Yip who's got the power. As that ball gets away, Palomini, wild pitch. And Gonchar's moving to second. And Matt Yip, 2-2 count. He's got Gonchar out in second base. Gonchar is making the most of his opportunities this afternoon. Yip goes down on strikes, could not check his swing. And Palomini sets down arguably the best hitter in Molloy's lineup. New hitter for the Lions. Number 4, Thomas Lebrecht steps to the plate, and we're seeing a lot of new players in this 14-0 blowout for Molloy. And Lebrecht batting .263 on the year, 6 RBIs. And he takes ball one. Lebrecht up in the count 2-0, fastball high. And, you know, you feel for Staten Island. It's a tough game to be a part of when you're down this much and it's still early. And you know you got to play a full 9 innings. After losing 9-0 in the first game, sometimes it's, this is the difficult part of the game. For Molloy, it's fun. You want to keep racking up your numbers. Palomini misses again. It's 3-0. And Patrick Sanchez is on deck. He might get an opportunity to get 2 men on with 2 outs. That's strike one. Lebrecht was taken all the way. We're not even through 4 innings. I'm not kidding. We might see 30 runs today from Molloy in this second game. And that is put up the middle. Lebrecht, speedy Lebrecht, is able to leg out an infield single. That was a nice play.
Number 7, Patrick.
But ultimately, that's a base hit. And now we've got runners on the corners. And this day is just going from bad to worse. 14 hits, 14 runs for Molloy. And here comes Patrick Sanchez, runners on the corners. 2 RBIs his last time up. And he takes that big looping slider for strike 1. That's ball 1, even count here. The 1-1. Another slider away. Just to remind you, there is no run rule. A little surprising, but considering it's 14-0, we're still playing 9 innings today. Sanchez fouls it off. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 men on. 2 runs in on the inning. Deuces have indeed gone wild. The 2-2. Strike 3. Sanchez caught looking, doing a little window shopping. Nothing doing. Inning over. Coming up, bottom of the 4th. Let's see if the Dolphins offense can get anything going. We'll be right back. Chris Polamini steps to the plate. It's been a quiet day overall for Polamini. He's had a couple nice plays in the fields. Nice base hit this afternoon, stole a base, and he takes strike 1. That's strike 2. Polamini lifts one to second base, and that ball is booted by Matthew Gonchar. Should definitely be an error. But like we talked about, you put the ball in play and things happen. Gonchar had a great at-bat, 2 RBI single. but the glove failed him against Chris Polamini. Vincent Weigel puts one out to right field, and the play is not made. That's down the line, and here it comes. Chris Polamini going from first to third, and Weigel is in there with a double. Dolphins, for the first time all day, showing signs of life. Second and third, nobody out, and here comes Anthony Iracy. Iracy coming up with a Natasha Bedingfield walk-up song. That means a lot of confidence. And he's looking to put them on the scoreboard right here. Anthony Manacero had to run a long way on that Weigel fly ball to right field down the line. Just missed it. That ball, you couldn't place it any better. And Iracy with an opportunity to get his team on the board for the first time today. In almost 13 full innings. Wow. It's a little scoreless streak they're riding here. That's a 3-1 count. Let's see if Freed can put Iracy on to load the bases. We might have some action here. Hold the phone, folks. Iracy lifts one sky high, popped up to the short. The catch is made, and that is a big out number one. One pitch away from having bases loaded. Now it's up to Jaden Waterman. Men on second and third, one out. Waterman seeing his first action this afternoon. Did not play in game one. But he's got an RBI opportunity here. 2 ducks on the pond, and he takes strike one. Fastball right down the middle. Waterman quickly behind 0-2. Waterman batting .303 on the year. Limited opportunities, only 33 at-bats. And he holds up on that offering. Ball one. 1-2 count. Jaden Waterman. Man on second and third. He takes ball two. Chris Polamini thought about it. The ball got away very briefly. Waterman skies one. Waterman wears one. Doesn't matter how you do it. He gets on base. The bases are loaded, and we got a pinch hitter, number 38, Anthony Agostinelli. How's this for your first at-bat in the game? Bases juiced. Agostinelli batting .333 on the year. Only 12 at-bats. But, man, this couldn't come at a bigger time. He sees strike one. If you're Matthew Freed, it's got to be even difficult. It's easy pitching with a lead this big, but every time you walk off the mound, your offense is probably keeping you in the dugout for at least 20 minutes. And, you know, it's hard to stay loose. It's not the warmest of days. It's not terribly cold, but it's definitely chilly. As he's ahead 0-2. And that's a 3-pitch strikeout for Agostinelli. That's a brutal way to come into the game. I think I wore out that Truman Show reference a little too much, so I'm not going to go there with that one. So Nico Rodriguez steps up to the plate. Base is loaded. Can we get a hit here? Base knock up the middle. Here comes one run. And they hold the runner at third. Not sure why Weigel was held up there. That looked like he could have definitely scored. But nevertheless, for the first time today, the CSI Dolphins are on the scoreboard. Took them almost 13 full innings to score their first run of the day against Molloy. Bases are still loaded. Thomas Martin, he's got a shot to continue a little run scoring. Thomas Martin puts it in play. That's 5-6 hole. That's a base hit. That's another run. And Waterman's held up at third. They're going base to base right now. I think Waterman might have had a tough time scoring on that one, but Martin, little base knock, RBI on senior day. Here we go. It's 14-2. We're getting some runs. Brian Burkhead up with the bases loaded right now. Opportunity to continue some more runs here for this Dolphins offense. Looks like we got a pinch runner for Martin. It's going to be number 24, Owen Weber, who led off game one. So let's see. Let's see if Burkhead can deliver here as Martin gets a standing ovation on senior day for getting an RBI single. It's a good way to end his day. RBI base knock. Nice standing ovation. Burkhead sees one right down the pipe for strike one. 14-2 here, bottom of the fourth. And it's a 1-1 count to Brian Burkhead. First time all day that CSI has scored. And we have the bases loaded here. And Brian Burkhead has an opportunity to continue the damage. And that takes a funny hop to second base. And it's going to be a 4-6 put out to end the inning. But the Dolphins get two. It's 14-2 after 4. We'll be back in the top of the fifth momentarily. Stay right there. We got a new pitcher here for the Dolphins, and it's number 39, Andrew Osoria, getting his first action of the day. And Osoria working with an 8.10 ERA, only 6 2/3 innings, so not a very big sample size. And he's going to have an opportunity to get some work in today. He'll see Sean Welsh. If you're CSI, scoring 2 runs last inning, you need a quick 1-2-3 inning, no runs here. That's always the formula. Welsh takes ball 1. 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a walk, and he stole a base. That's a big old hack on the part of Welsh. 1-1, even the count. Osoria delivers ball 2. It's quickly 3-1. What a frisbee. 3-1. Osoria gets a big old breeze from Welsh. Make it a full count here. And Osoria's payoff pitch is screamed foul. And Welsh is going to wear that one. 3-2. And Osoria hits Welsh right in the back.
Number 1, Sean Serrano.
Sean Serrano coming up to the dish. You know Serrano wants to keep his good day going. He'll take ball 1. And that's ball 2. We're starting to get the lights come on. Still sunny out. Still wearing my sunglasses up here. 2-0 count. That's high. That's ball 3. Serrano, the 3-0. He takes strike 1. And that's ball 4. Back-to-back free passes. And yet again, trouble is brewing as Molloy has runners on first and second with nobody out. And here comes Anthony Marcillo. First pitch in there to a strike to Marcillo. Really could use a ground ball double play. And that's outside. It's 1-1. The 1-1 from Osorio. Fouled away. That one reaches the seats. Strike three. Marcelo gets sent back to the bench. Osorio with a big strikeout for the first out of this inning. Had Marcelo swinging out of his shoes. Didn't know which way was up. That's a little check swing. Back to Osorio, who gets the out at first. Didn't chance it by trying to get the out at second for the double play. Just took the sure thing. That's the smart move. When they give you an out, take it. And now, after back-to-back free passes, Osorio set down the last two hitters. Now it's second and third, 2 outs. And it's Aiden Larkin up at the plate. And this guy's been a menace this afternoon, like most of the Molloy hitters. Larkin's 2 for 4 in this game. 2 runs, 2 RBIs. He's looking for a 3-hit day in game 2 here. So Osorio starts him off with ball 1. And he lifts one, Larkin, to right field, but the catch will be made. And after putting on the first 2 batters of the inning, Osorio escapes the jam unscathed in the top of the 5th. Scores 14-2. We'll be back in the bottom of the 5th where the Dolphins will try to attack on some more runs. We'll be right back. And we're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Number 19, Chris Bartnick, has entered the game. And Matthew Freed still in there. And Bartnick coming up swinging on the first pitch he sees. Strike 1. Just a side note on the D1 front. Arkansas, for the second day in a row, beat the Florida Gators by 1 run, taking the series 2-0. They're going for the sweep later today. And Arkansas has won 27 consecutive games in their own ballpark. That's why they're one of the best teams in the nation. Definitely going to be challenging for a College World Series berth and more. As a 2-2 count, Bartnick pushes one to right field, and the catch will be made. We've seen a lot of reserves enter for Molloy in this 14-2 lead. And Chris Palomini steps to the plate. Bartnick was pinch hitting for A.J. Vigliotti. as Paulamini skies one for an out. Made in the infield, and it's 2 quick outs. Vincent Weigel hops into the batter's box. And Fried starts him off with strike one. A little get me over slider. Weigel evens up the count. 1-1. Weigel smacks one at deep center, but the catch will be made. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Fried and the Molloy Lions, and we're coming back for the top of the 6. Stay right there. Matthew Gonchar back up at the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. Osorio had a little trouble last inning letting the first 2 runners on, but he buckled down and made sure no damage came home. Gonchar's had a solid day at the plate so far as he skies one. Infield fly, it looks like Waterman makes the play. And that's just what Osorio wanted, a quick out.
Now batting, number 5, Charlie Imhoff.
Charlie Imhoff makes his way up. It'll be his first at-bat this afternoon. Charlie Imhoff, add him to the list of guys that have just been raking for this team. He's batting .474 on the year with a 1276 OPS, 38 at-bats, so it's a small sample size, but it just goes to show when this kid gets his turn, he doesn't miss. So Imhoff's ahead 1-0. He takes a big ol' hack. Strike one. Osorio put the brakes on him with that off-speed, and Imhoff was way out in front. Imhoff fouls it off. Strike two. Reaches the seats. Osorio, the 1-2. And Charlie Imhoff does not miss his first at-bat. He's digging for two. Right down the left field line, Charlie Imhoff on a 1-2 count says, my first at bat, no problem. We'll get a little double to get things started.
Now batting, number 4, Thomas LeBrecht.
Fourth double of the year for Charlie Imhoff. Scorching one down the left field line. Great two-strike approach. And that ball's lifted to center by Lebrecht, and that's going to fall. That was a little bloop, but that's good for a base hit. And we got action, folks. Runners on the corners, only one gone. Patrick Sanchez and that orange bat coming up to the plate. Maybe not. We might be getting a pinch hitter here. Stephen Kolika stepping up.
Number 44, Stephen Kalika.
Kolika's got a chance to do some damage here. Pick up his first hit of the day. Maybe add a little RBI action to his stat line as he takes strike one. And he rolls one. Taylor made 6-4. Not in time for the double play, so the run does score. Kolika beats it out. That was a slow developing play. It wasn't hit that hard, but it was hit hard enough. And another run scores. It's 15-2.
Sean Welsh.
Sean Welsh is up. Kalika standing over at first. And he laces one down the left field line. Kalika rounding second, heading for third. Are they going to try him? They're not. It's going to be Welsh with a stand-up double. Basically the same exact spot Charlie Imhoff laced his double. And up 15-2. Molloy didn't want to send Kalika, so they kept him at third. We got two men on with 2 outs, second and third. Sean Serrano at the plate. And he skies one to the outfield. A little miscommunication, but the play is made. And it's a putout to end the inning. 1 run scored here in the top of this 6. We got the bottom of the inning coming up where the Dolphins will try to add up some more runs. Stay right there. Anthony Iracy stands at the plate, and Matthew Freed having a solid afternoon. He's going to work for the bottom of the 6, pushing for a quality start here. And nothing brewing in that Molloy bullpen, so looks like this is Fried's game to continue with a 13-run lead. There is some action, though, over in the bullpen for CSI, and it's number 35, Ryan Fiore. It's a 2-2 count to Iracy. Strike 3. Matthew Fried starts off the inning by punching out Iracy. And now he's got Jaden Waterman at the plate. Freeman's just pumping heat right by these guys. A lot of fastballs, not looking for the off-speed stuff too much, just trying to pitch to contact. Jaden Waterman down in the count 1-2, and he fouls it away. Fried sets, deals. Drops the hammer on Jaden Waterman. A thing of beauty. Matthew Fried striking out a second batter of the inning. That was a masterful sequence. Threw 3 fastballs and dropped the slider. And that's a little punch to third. And Fried, little PFP action. A true daddy's home inning for Molloy's Matthew Fried. Strikes out the first 2 batters and shows off that elite athleticism for a little PFP masterpiece. Going to the bottom of the frame after this. We got a new pitcher for Staten Island, number Ryan Fiore. Number 35, Ryan Fiore. He'll see Anthony Marcillo. Marcillo, 2 walks today. Top of the 7th, about to kick off.
Now batting, number 28, Anthony Marcillo.
Ryan Fiore starts his day with strike 1 to Anthony Marcillo. Marcillo, big swing and a miss. Flagpole's going crazy out there in left field. I thought that might be why, but the wind has picked up here. Fiore slider just misses for ball 1. That one's fouled away. And that's away, 2-2. Two-two count. Fury delivers. And that's poked into left field. Marcillo, good piece of two-strike hitting, is on for a leadoff single.
Now batting, number 8.
Fury tried to sneak a fastball by him. Marcillo is having none of it. Racks up base hit number 18 for the Molloy Lions. Jack Coogan seeing his first action today. He takes ball 1. Coogan lifts one behind the screen, but no play can be made, so he gets a break there. Coogan replacing DeVito, who ended his day with a monster shot to the moon. It's a big day for J.J. DeVito. 3 for 4, 4 RBIs, 3 runs, and a big-time Jimmy Jack to put a stamp on things. That ball's pushed into right center field as Coogan gets on the board with a knock. It's men on first and second. Nobody out. That is hit number 19 for Molloy in game 2. It's been a barrage of base runners. Aiden Larkin's one of the few starters that has stayed in this game. He's looking for another hit. And he scorches one to center field, but that is caught. The defensive alignment really worked. It was a shallow center field for Polamini. And Larkin hit that on the button. But that's what's known as an atom ball. Right at him. Not much Larkin could do about that. Matthew Gonchar steps in the batter's box. Still 2 men on, just 1 out. So Gonchar sees strike 1. Gonchar had a 2 RBI base hit in his first appearance. He's got an opportunity to do the same thing. Gonchar lifts a pop-up to left field, and the play is made. 2 outs. Charlie Imhoff back at the plate. Imhoff scorched a double down the left field line his first time up. This dude's got an electric bat. Imhoff's, he's a tough out, man. This kid is a tough out. He's got 2 on right now. You know he's looking to get a little RBI. Pad those numbers. The 1-1 is low and away. Imhoff takes up and away 3-1. And with Lebrecht on deck, which could be a bases loaded situation. As Imhoff fouls it away. Full count. Runners go, but it doesn't matter. Now the bases are loaded as Imhoff draws the walk with 2 outs. And here comes Thomas Lebrecht with the bases loaded.
Thomas Lebrecht.
This dude's looking to tattoo one right here. He's got 3 ducks on the pond, looking a little RBI action. He's trying to pad some stats. It's quickly 2-0. Looks like Lebrecht's going to wait for his pitch. He's got to get something to hit. Fury's got to come to him. And blows a 2-0 fastball right by Lebrecht. That was right in his wheelhouse. And that's low, 3-1. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Ryan Fury's got to throw a strike here. It's 2 outs. And he gets the corner. Lives to see another pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded here in the top of this 7th. And that is just foul. That missed, not by much though. That would have cleared the bases. If that was another 18 to 20 inches to the right. The 3-2 is fouled away. Thomas Lebrecht hanging tough. Even in a 15-2 game, you want these RBIs. You don't want to give them up, man. You want them. So Lebrecht's fighting hard. Ryan Fury's made a couple good pitches here. Let's see if he's got another one. He does not. Ryan Fury walks in a run. Great at bat by Thomas Lebrecht. And the line keeps moving. Stephen Kalika steps back up. Kalika takes a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count here. Kalika, somebody get this guy a pitching wedge. Looks like he's hitting straight out of the sand. Trying to put that on the green. That's a 1-2 count. He's been vulnerable to that slider today, so if I'm Fury, I'm going right back to it. And he gets a paint piece fastball like he's Michelangelo painting the ceiling. And Ryan Fury, he's out of the jam. 16-2. We're going to the bottom of the 7th right after this. It's a new inning here in the bottom of the 7th. Nico Rodriguez steps to the plate to see Matthew Fried, who's still in the game. And despite the big lead, this is one of the things that we've seen from Molloy today. Their starters are giving them length. It's been very impressive. 2 great starts from their starters today. And, you know, it's just been consistent. They score runs. They're not going out and giving up runs the next inning. And that's a big key. It's a 3-1 count. Rodriguez punches one out to right field, and the play is made. 1 down. Here comes Owen Weber, the Game 1's leadoff hitter. He takes strike 1. Free just blows a fastball right by him. Strike 3. No chance. Owen Weber going back to the bench after striking out on 3 pitches. Matthew Fried means business. Brian Burkhead up now. He'll see strike 1. And he lifts one. Pop up to short. Play is made quick 1-2-3 inning. Matthew Fried dealing 7 innings, 2 runs, only 4 hits allowed. And that'll do it. Looks like we do have a mercy rule. And Molloy wins the game 16-2. We appreciate you checking out this doubleheader today as Molloy takes both games. So long from John Venezia at the broadcast booth. You're watching Molloy and College of Staten Island, and we'll see you next time. Take care.